I know some people already said some things in the chat here about order, but we're going to go with Scott, then Jeremy, then you guys can follow in with the order you talked about, and we'll try and keep this going here and get you guys done in time to join Coach Smith's. Okay, I'm going to have Ayo step in. Reminder to stay on mute unless it's your time for a question so we can keep the audio good. Here's Ayo. And again, Scott, you're up first. Go ahead. I'll be down here.
I'll take my mask off.
Yeah, once you're there, just make sure you're framed good in the shot. Yep, you're good. I'll be down here.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Good. I guess when you decided to come back for this season, was this type of matchup, number 5 Illinois versus number 2 Baylor, maybe the type of thing you were looking forward to as part of that?
1 second. Definitely. This is the games that, I envision playing for this program, big games like this. I consider a legacy game for the whole program. These are games that you want to play in. Excuse me. These are games that, you dream of playing in. This is what the main reason, one of the main reasons I decided to come back to playing games like this.
I guess I don't know how much you guys have maybe dived in on Baylor yet, but what do you know kind of about that team? I mean, they've got an All-American, and Jared Butler, just like you.
They defend very well, just like us. They're scrappy. They have 3 good guards who really want to go, and Teague, Baylor, and Mitchell. And they're a winning program. They won 24, 23 Big 12 games last year. So they have like 5 there. Return to top 7, a couple good transfers who can shoot them deep. So it's going to be a very interesting game. 2 teams look to compete, 2 teams with a really good guard play. And it's basically just come down to whoever executes better.
That's one last one for me. You said after the Ohio game that game would provide players, coaching staff, good film to learn from. Just looking back on that, what was your main takeaway that you guys talked about from that game?
Oh, we just looked over the mistakes we made. We won the game. We played against a very, very good team. That Ohio team is a very good team. They're like a Big Ten team, really without the size. Like there's the normal bigs you have, but normally in the Big Ten team you would see a guard, a guard. You have 2 shooters. The only difference is that I can say from Ohio and Big Ten teams is the interior presence. But besides that, the coaching, everything they had, it was good. So it was a very good team. And early in the season with no fans can lead to a good game. But we watched the film, we looked over what we need, the mistakes we made, what mistakes we can't make against Baylor to try to get better.
Thank you.
Hey, good morning. Hope you're well. You mentioned legacy game. How much does that word legacy mean to you, and what constitutes to you a legacy game?
Legacy is just one of those games where I think in 5, 10 years, people will still remember it. People will still be like, I watched that game. I watched Illinois play number 5 Illinois play number 2 Baylor. I watched them get a win, just remembrance games, people that people always remember. And, that's fun. And it's fun when you embrace that, when it's time trying to seize the moment and enjoy it. Like I said early earlier in the year, I'm looking forward to enjoying every bits and piece of this season because you never know when it can be taken away from you. With COVID, with so many different things, you never know when it can end. So I'm just trying to enjoy every step of this journey and just, really have fun with it.
It's been 15 years. You were a young lad when the last time there was a top 5 matchup for this program. So what experiences can you take away? Can this team take away, whether it was Arizona last year or Big Ten last year, that can prepare you for this kind of matchup?
Um, really, the only thing I can prepare you, I would say, is actually been in those games. So, um, yeah. So I feel like if you've been in those games before, like the veteran, they will understand. The freshman, they just have to just feel it for themselves and just go off instincts because it's a different atmosphere. It'd probably be a little different with no fans, but still knowing that the whole country is watching, it still can, make it a very fun and interesting atmosphere with the benches. I'm pretty sure their bench is going to be excited. Our bench definitely is going to be excited. And yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Yep.
Derek, did you want to go first?
Go ahead, you can have it.
Thanks. Ayo, in your role as mentor to these younger guys and big brother, as you've described it, when you were watching the Ohio film, did you notice a difference between the kinds of mistakes or just spacing and placements that the younger guys had versus older guys like DeMonte and Trent?
Definitely. The veterans, they've been through the battles. They really understand it. For the young guys, that was really their first college scrap game, really their first intense game where, it wasn't a blowout. Really was a reality game, I would say. And they learned from it, though. They watched tons of film. Coach got on us a lot. So the message there now is all about just watching film and just getting better and understanding the mistakes you made and try not to make it again.
My assumption is that you saw more of these things on the defensive end rather than the offensive end from the young guys. Is that true?
We all made mistakes as a team on the offensive and defensive end. It wasn't just the young guys. I made mistakes, spacing mistakes, not getting to the corner on drifts, little things, little details that I can really, get better at. I would give the young guys the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, that's their first time playing actually a college game, a close game, down to the wire. Every possession matters. So I would say, yeah, I put it on me and on the veterans for making mistakes because we've been there before. We've been in those games. The young guys, they really don't know any better yet.
All right, thanks. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Ayo, as a leader, what do you say to your team going into this kind of game? Has there been a message you've been trying to push across in practice to them?
Definitely. I tell them it's a legacy game. I tell them seize the moment. And if you look at it, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to, be a top 5 team, play against the number 2 team in the country. That's something that you don't get a lot of. You really don't see that. Or if you do see it, it's normally the typical, the blue bloods, Baylor's not a blue blood, Illinois not a blue blood. So to have this intense matchup so early in the season and, so good and highly ranked teams, it's interesting. It's something that you have to, seize the moment. You have to come in, you have to enjoy it, you have to embrace everything throughout it because you don't get to see this a lot.
Last week, you guys were number 8 in the country. You said maybe you should be a little bit higher. Now you're number 5. What do you think about that? And what do you think about the opportunity to play number 2 and rise up a little bit more?
Definitely. I mean, that's my whole message to the team. We have a huge opportunity in front of us. We have an opportunity where we can go take what's ours. We can, put the whole country on notice and take what we want, take what we need. We want to be higher. We believe we're the best team in the country. And it's tomorrow on ESPN in front of the whole world.
Thanks, Al.
Ayo, what have you learned now in 3 games with no fans, especially the Ohio game, about what you need to create internally energy-wise, or if you needed to do anything differently, for the next time you're in a tight game?
Definitely. We talked about that as a team, just getting more energy within each other, our bench, everyone, just create energy, pretty much creating that second voice of energy. Without having a fan base, we need each other to really lift each other up. Definitely want to just us out there, especially going against another good team like Baylor. So that's what we go try to do, just lift each other up from each other
I saw some analytic chart on Twitter about the different places you were scoring on the floor, especially in the Ohio game, but I think over the first 3 games. Where's your game at right now especially on your offensive side?
I would say like 3-level score. I've been shooting well from 3. I put a lot of work into it. I'm feeling very more confident and comfortable from there. You know, my mid-range, I put a lot of work into that, of course. So I also can get to the basket. So just trying to focus myself on not just being a 3-level scorer, but getting my teammates involved. Also, I try to really take pride in, you know, putting my passes and where they can catch and shoot it at. You know, getting Kofi nice touches. You know, he's one of the best interior finishers, if not the best interior finisher in the country. So trying to get him the ball where, you know, he could just easily catch and go with it. And then getting Adam, Trent, shooter shots. And then, of course, you know, myself trying to be a 3-level scorer, 3 open, 3 mid-range, layups, floaters, you know, my whole arsenal.
Flip side, you ended up spending most of the game defending the top scorer for Ohio. How challenging is it for you to have to do both ends of the court like that?
I mean, that's what I signed up for. I consider myself the best 2-way player in the country. So I try to, if I have to score, rebound, assist, whatever, I try to consider myself as a complete player. And if I have to, you know, chase the best player around, triple screens, and that's what it has to do to, if that's what it takes to win, then I'm willing to do that.
Thanks, Ayo. Good luck.
Hey, Ayo, you seem really calm going into this game. What is the key for you to keep that level head? How are you doing that with what you talked about as a legacy game in front of you?
It's about seizing the moment. I've played a lot of big games, so you know, emotionally, it's sometimes, you know, growing up where I would say I probably made mistakes, you know, trying to come in too excited, you know, easily could pick up 2 quick fouls, or, you know, when you're too overexcited that you're playing with so much aggression that it causes you to make simple mistakes. And just, you know, being through the battles, so many big games, I tend to come to the conclusion that you just fall back on your work. You know, we worked hard. Team, we had a very good practices. We have another one today. You know, myself, I put a lot of work into my game. Had a great prep of individual work. Just feeling comfortable with my arsenal. So I'm just falling back on my work. That's all I'm gonna do tomorrow. Just gonna go out there, play hard, and just fall back on everything I work on. And I'm confident. I have faith, you know, in the Lord. Also, I pray a lot, so I really have no worries. Just go out there and play.
And then I don't remember the time in the last 2 years that you've said the word legacy game. Where does this one rank in your time at Illinois?
Where does it rank? Let me see. Yeah. It's up there, top. I mean, of course it's going to be at the top because this is probably the highest team we played. I think maybe was Michigan at home, where they were ranked like 5 when we played them, I believe.
Your freshman year?
No, my sophomore year, I think. We played them at home.
Yeah, okay.
So they probably was 5, but this probably the highest ranked team we played. And it's a very good team. You know, they have, like I said, it's a team that won 23 Big 12 games. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be up there. Definitely. 5 versus 2. Yep.
Thanks, Ayo.
I hope I'm not jumping in over anybody. I couldn't tell if it was my turn or not. Hi, Ayo. You alluded to, you know, not knowing for sure, or the reality that the season can be taken away at any time. Can you reflect, now that you've got games back again, now that you get to play again, on what it felt like in March to have it taken away?
It was a bummer, you know. Actually waking up not knowing it's going to be taken away. Really, you can, I won't say we did, but you could typically take the game for granted. Just not knowing that in the split of a second it could be taken away from us, and, you know, knowing that Iowa was our last game, you know, we would never knew that. And it was a bummer. Of course, we thought we had aspirations of winning a Big Ten championship and competing for a national championship. But like I said, that's over with. the Lord gave us a chance, another opportunity to come out here and display and come out here and do what we do, play the game that we love and cherish. And it's exciting, it's exciting to come out here and play. That's why as a team, I try to tell everyone, enjoy this. Everyone don't get this opportunity. Everyone don't get the opportunity to play number 2 team in the country. Everyone will have an opportunity to possibly be the number 1 team, number 2 team in the country. So all of this stuff, this is basically what our last year teams worked for. So now it's just on us to just finish the job.
And can you dig a little deeper on what it's like now to know that, no matter how diligent you are and your teammates are about doing the right things, there's still a large element of this that's completely outside of your control, and that it could be taken away at any time, and whether it's an individual game or the whole thing.
Yeah, that's just the realistic of the situation. But try to pray, have faith, wear a mask, wash your hands, do everything possible to try to avoid those situations. That's all I can really give advice to our team. Wash your hands before you leave and come. Keep your mask on at all times. Wear gloves if possible. Social distance. Don't shake anyone's hands. Yeah, that's pretty much wipe down anything before you use it. That's my advice.
And lastly, do you feel in any way, unlucky, just a victim of circumstance that, your career coincides with this unfortunate time in our country? Is that something that you wrestle with, those feelings?
Yeah, but like I said, I pray, have faith, talk to the Lord each and every day. So I really don't try to worry about things that are out of my control besides doing a list of things, like I said, washing your hands, wearing a mask, social distancing. And besides that, just pray, have faith. The Lord, keep us safe, keep me safe.
Thank you.
Hey, Ayo, you have talked about this being a legacy game. Early in the year, though, what have kind of conversations, vibes been like, knowing that this is an early opportunity for you guys to really make a statement?
Everything you said. I mean, everyone on the teams know the circumstances. Everyone on the team knows the opportunity that we have, playing a primetime game, ESPN against number 2 team in the country, against a very good team. Baylor is a very good team, watching them on film. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a battle. They say they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. They say we one of the best defensive teams in the country. They say they dive on the floor, we dive on the floor. So it's going to be just 2 teams early in the season, competing, going at each other. It's going to be a dogfight. They're going to make runs. We're going to make runs. It's going to be a battle. Hopefully we come out on top.
After kind of playing some of those, smaller schools in some of those games in an empty gym, what have you kind of picked up in terms of just that overall vibe on the court? Are you noticing, maybe an increase or decrease? Or I guess, how has the intensity kind of been in those games, and how are you kind of anticipating that being with this being a nationally televised top 5 matchup?
Ohio game was very, very fun. I don't know if you guys heard their bench, but that's what I expect. Just expect our bench to be loud, their bench to be loud, and it's gonna be just a good game. Really, when I'm on a court, really playing a game, I really don't notice the fans not being there. It's not until when they go on runs, and it was just kind of weird actually hearing their bench get loud, and not hearing the Orange Crush or anybody talk over them. But besides that, I really can't. I really don't know that the fans aren't there when I'm competing, going as hard as I can. So our bench and their bench gonna make up for it. That's gonna be a fun game.
I guess even just in terms of the guys on the court, has there been maybe an increase in trash talk, knowing that you guys kind of got to get that energy going?
The people trash talk. They always go trash talk. Some people, they don't trash talk. So it all depends who you are. If you trash talk, of course, that's your element. That's what you do. Then that's what you do.
Thanks, Ayo.
Yeah.
Hey, Ayo. When you were a freshman, you guys were 7-13 in the Big Ten. Did you expect 2 years later to be playing in a top 5 matchup, on ESPN in the Jimmy V Classic?
I wouldn't say I envisioned it or expected it at that time, but I definitely knew the future was bright. I definitely knew that we had a chance to be one of the best teams in the country, definitely.
And then you have experience playing on a top 5 team dating back to high school when you were at Morgan Park. Do you think being on that loaded Morgan Park team and getting everyone's best shot helps prepare you for being a top 10 team now?
Definitely. Morgan Park, USA basketball, both of those experiences definitely helped me to lead. Morgan Park, we were one of the best teams in the country. We got everyone best shot. But, USA, when you got those 3 letters on the front of your jersey, it really, you get to everyone best shot, no matter who you playing against. And, being a hunted, I really took notes of how to prepare and come out in every game, be out on top. And that's what I was telling my team this year. Every game, no matter who we play against, we'll get their best shot. Everyone, when they play us, is going to be their Super Bowl. And we have just a rise over that. Compete, go harder.
Thanks, Ayo.
Yeah.
Ayo, do you remember your first time playing a ranked team? And is there something that you wish you would have known or something that you're telling the freshmen about how to prepare for what's going to be the highest level of basketball you guys have seen this season?
Yeah, I remember my first ranked team. I think it was against my first was Gonzaga when we played at Malby Invitational. They were a very good team. The atmosphere, like I said, it's something that you really can't, without the fans being there, probably a little bit different, but it's something that I can't prepare someone really for that. It's like you have to just, you get out there, you see the atmosphere, you see how everyone's playing hard, how everyone is talking, the bench talking, the whole players are talking, and then you have to just rise to the occasion. It's nothing that you can really prepare for. You have just it's something you have to live through, I would say.
Is there any significance playing in Indy tomorrow, given that's where things ended for you guys last season?
Definitely. Definitely win tomorrow. We shoot well. A lot of people are going to be saying that, last year could have went. We could have went very far if the season would have stayed on. But yeah, I'm just excited to go to Indy and compete and then play there. This will be fun.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to try to wrap up with Mark Pearson. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Kent. Ayo, as far as preparing the young guys, it's been talked about a lot. Have you seen maybe a difference in practice now that a couple games are under your belt where you can kind of talk about the X's and O's and they've seen it now on the floor a couple times?
Yeah, practice has been very well. We talked a lot about, all the X's and O's and all of the little details that we can correct to get better at and try to get better as a team. We made a lot of great stride these last 2 days after watching the post-Ohio film. And we got better. We practiced hard. We competed. Now we dive into Baylor. Let's have a good practice today before we head down to Indy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, that's a wrap for today. Appreciate your time, Ayo. Thanks for joining us.